Yes! It's done. It's over. No more Waldo. No more Waldo. Waldo is found. Waldo is found forever. Never gonna find Waldo again. Ignore the golds. They're not all real. I started this with the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which explains why the left-hand notes are all incorrect. The best segments, I didn't clear them, so they're a little bit off. The 4th stage does have a second to save if you can get the best pattern, but the only way we found to get the best pattern was having a worse pattern in 2. So for anyone watching this who wants to grind this down for whatever reason, how this works is there is a set number of patterns that you can get per stage, and there's frame clumps, so it's not changing every frame, but it's like 3 frames of this pattern, 4 frames of that pattern, and then 1 frame of the other pattern, back and forth. And it's generally going to choose between 2 or 3 patterns in these clumps. And so when you start the game, you can listen for an audio cue, and then as long as you have the right timing, you can generally get the same pattern for the first stage. And then afterwards, one of the stages you play on will have like 10 frame windows, so it'll be very consistent. For this route, 3, 1, 2, the second stage with the snake is the consistent one. And stage 1, 4, and 5 all have like 2, 3, 4, and 5 frame grouping, so they change constantly. It's basically flipping a coin, hoping that you get the right pattern. So all of the attempts I've done recently, I kind of knew what 4 would be based off my pace, but the first stage with the flying carpets that I did second, I had no idea what it would be most of the time. I just kind of guessed. And then the last stage, this particular set of patterns is the fastest, but it has the downside of you have a coin flip to either get the early sock on the right or the early sock on the left. The early sock on the left is only 3 frames faster if played perfectly, which it won't be, so they're basically the same. But you have to guess which one you get, because you can hold down the B button and move the magnifying glass while the screen is still black. So it's a complete and total coin flip. The only possible way that you can get a faster time by any significant amount would be finding a different way to start and then get a different group of patterns to where stage 4 with the castle will give you the fast scroll on the right. That's the one that saves about a second from what we have. But every time we looked in BizHawk in the TAS editor, we couldn't find a way to get that pattern and the best patterns in every other stage. And in this one, we got the best pattern in every stage except for stage 4. So that's it. I'm done with Waldo. She's Chardcore. It's your move.